Hello, mental health therapist. I have a question for you. Are you feeling anger or resentment towards some of your patients? This is a problem. I know that some patients can be in your face. Some people can be really difficult to work with. Some of them do not really interact with you in the way that you would like them to so they can get their work done. And there may be other reasons why you might be feeling angry. Maybe they trigger you in some weird way. It is human to have emotions, but when people are paying to receive our services, it is best that we check ourselves and see why it is that we're feeling anger or resentment towards certain patients that we are working with. And I would say if the situation is coming up for you, it's probably best for you to refer the person out. Because it's causing you a problem. And you probably have a whole lot of other patients that you're working with, so you probably don't need to deal with this particular individual. Now, if you're feeling anger or resentment toward all of your patients, well, that would be an indication that you're burnt out. And maybe perhaps it's time for you to move into a different profession. Sadly, the average therapist only lasts doing therapy between 2 and 7 years from the research that I found. So it's not unusual for therapists to get burnt out. You're listening to pretty difficult stories from your patients all day long, hour after hour after hour. Some people get vicariously traumatized by their patients, which is actually an indication to me that the person actually needs to do their own therapy so that this is not happening to them. Because if you're sitting in there doing therapy and you have really good boundaries and you realize that their story is their story, it's not your story, this really ought not happen. And I don't care how traumatic the story is. And some of my clients over the years have had some pretty horrific stories that came through that would be rather depressing and sad. That is for sure. And I can honestly tell you that I was not triggered by any of it. I was able to be strong for my clients and was able to work with multiple clients who had gone through the same situation because they needed to be healed. That is what you need to be able to do for your patients. That is what they're paying you to do. If you're a person who is getting triggered and you are feeling anger and resentment, perhaps it's time for you to get some therapy for yourself so that you're not feeling anger and resentment toward anyone for any reason, because anger is not a good emotion to have. We know that it creates heart attacks, especially so for those people who hold in the anger and resentment, so it gets sublimated. I do offer services, hypnosis and neuro-linguistic programming, to help people to overcome these problems. It works fairly quickly in most cases, and it will definitely free you from your past traumas, which is a really good thing. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll leave my contact information in the description below. Because we're responsible for ourselves first, before we start working with other people. This is a really important thing to take under consideration. Too often people get into doing mental health therapy who have not cleared their own issues. They end up projecting their crap onto other people. And I'll tell you that a lot of my clients over the years found me to help them through hypnotism because this was a problem they found they were experiencing repeatedly when they were working with conventionally trained mental health therapists. I'm not saying this to be rude or mean. I'm just telling you this because it's what they told me. And it's something that we need to contend with. So if you are fitting in that situation, by all means, connect with me and let's see what we can do to help you heal, because you're going to have a much better life moving forward healing this crap anyway. That's all I have for you for today. As always, I thank you for spending your time with me. Till next time. Bye-bye, y'all.